This is WHEC TV, proudly serving Rochester. News 10 NBC starts right now.
The grieving family of a toddler found dead in a Wayne County pond is receiving an outpouring of support from a caring community tonight. Earlier this evening, relatives held a vigil for 3-year-old Zyvette Marquez Rivera.
Her disappearance last night touched off a search that came to a heartbreaking end. Now Charles Molyneux reports those close to her are finding friends they didn't know they had.
24 hours earlier, the pond at Casey Park was the scene of a frantic search. This time around, it was a much quieter scene of tears and a family pulling together with the community's help in prayer and song.
The song said, "I lift up my hands when my life is troubled," as relatives, friends, and people touched by this family's ordeal remembered 3-year-old Zyvette Marquez Rivera.
Joyful, happy, smiling, always playing, very sweet, a true angel.
Zyvette became the focus of a frantic search by state troopers, Wayne County deputies, firefighters, and dive teams when she disappeared from a family picnic in Casey Park. Hours later, she was found dead in the dark, murky water of the pond.
This water has always scared me, and I have a young grandchild, and it's terrible.
Strangers like Teresa Mayer, who lives nearby, came out in a quiet but emotional show of community solidarity.
Things happen in a split second. It could happen to anyone.
Is that why you're here?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Just want them to see that there's an entire community that is standing behind them, and we're all feeling this pain together.
The town of Ontario is planning its own vigil for Zyvette. It will be at the town hall tomorrow night at 8:30.
Right now, police are asking for your help finding a missing teen from Greece. Police say 14-year-old Claudia Vasquez left home Friday morning after saying she didn't want to go to school. Her mother says she hasn't been seen since. Police have been out knocking on doors and interviewing people who knew Claudia. Anyone who has information on her whereabouts is asked to call 911.
New at 11, Rochester police officers hit the streets today to build relationships with the community and also do some recruiting. It's all a part of the Clergy on Patrol summer program. Rochester police officers and local ministers walk around the southwest side of the city. Police say this isn't just an effort to create safer neighborhoods, but it's a unique way to search for the qualified candidates to serve and protect in the city they live in.
Now we could go exactly to the doors and try to seek out those applicants that may not have the time to come to us or, wasn't for sure where to get the information from. So this right here is giving us a chance to bring the information to them.
Rochester police, firefighters, and 911 departments are all hiring. The deadline to apply for the RPD exam is August 5th. The Rochester Fire Department exam is offered once every 4 years, and 911 gives its exam every 6 months.
If you were at the Rochester International Airport tonight, you may have noticed the terminal canopy is lit white, blue, and gold. It is in honor of Western New York native David Bellavia, who will receive the Medal of Honor tomorrow during a ceremony at the White House. The former Army Staff Sergeant will become the Iraq War's first living recipient of the Medal of Honor for his actions during Operation Iraqi Freedom. Bellavia was at the Pentagon, where he talked about the meaning behind serving to protect our country.
We are not kicking down doors because we want to make sure we get paid on the 1st and the 15th. We do that because we love our country, we love our Army, and we love each other.
Bellavia will receive the Medal of Honor at the White House during a ceremony that starts at 3:30 tomorrow afternoon. News 10 NBC's Nikki Rudd is heading to Washington, D.C. for the event. She will have live reports on News 10 NBC at 5 and 6. You can also catch coverage of the event on our website at WHEC.com.
Tomorrow you can head to the polls to vote in the state's primary elections. And for those of you with questions about voting, there are resources available. The Attorney General's Election Day hotline will be open. According to the AG's office, you can call if you have any problems or questions about the process. People who have disabilities or language issues are encouraged to call the hotline for help. The number is 1-800-771-7755. It's on your screen there. Polls are open from noon to 9 p.m. tomorrow. Stick with News 10 NBC and WHEC.com for results.
New at 11, over $1 million is going into changes at the Greater Rochester International Airport. The U.S. Department of Transportation announced today the Federal Aviation Administration will be awarding the grant money. The $1.5 million will be used to reconstruct the apron, rehabilitate the runway and access road, and conduct an environmental study.
It is the deadliest civil aviation accident in the U.S. in the last 8 years. Federal investigators are in Hawaii looking into a skydiving charter crash that killed 11 people last Friday.
Authorities say there have been dozens of accidents involving skydiving operators in recent years. NBC's Dan Sheneman reports.
This happened just seconds after a twin-engine plane loaded with skydivers took off from the north shore of Oahu. Now, NTSB investigators are on the scene, searching for answers.
The areas we are continuing to focus on in this investigation are pilot performance, operations of the parachute center, aircraft inspection and maintenance, and federal oversight of this operator and the pilot.
The plane was operated by the Oahu Parachute Center. The NTSB says since 2008, there have been more than 80 accidents involving skydiving operators.
We identified several safety concerns in 2008 with respect to parachute jump operations. Accidents continue to happen. There have been fatalities since that time.
We now know more about the victims, like Joshua Drablos, a graduate of the Naval Academy. Brian and Ashley Weichel lived in Denver and traveled to Hawaii to celebrate their first wedding anniversary.
If you wanted a true image of true love, it was just a picture of them.
In all, 11 people lost their lives. Investigators now busy trying to find out why. Dan Sheneman, NBC News.
New at 11, a Buffalo man has died following a motorcycle crash in Ontario County earlier this month. According to the sheriff's office, 65-year-old Michael Wilkins died at Strong Memorial Hospital Saturday as a result of injuries he sustained on June 9th. Deputies say the motorcycle Wilkins was operating hit a deer on Route 20A in the town of Bristol. He was flown by Mercy Flight to Strong, where he remained hospitalized until he passed on Saturday.
The DMV has a warning tonight. Just in time for the summer months, a new law impacting slow-moving vehicles is going into effect. Under the new law, farm, construction, and other machinery designed to operate at speeds between 25 and 40 miles per hour will now be required to display a speed identification symbol and the slow-moving vehicle triangle. The triangle must indicate the vehicle's top speed, and operators will also be required to carry documentation showcasing the speed they could go. The new law takes effect Wednesday. A traffic nightmare. A huge fire broke out on the Governor Mario M. Cuomo Bridge in New York City today. Traffic camera shows vehicles engulfed in flames and billowing black smoke. Police say around 3:30 this afternoon, an RV pulling a car burst into flames on the bridge. They don't believe it involved a collision. 4 passengers managed to get out of the RV without getting hurt. The fire backed up traffic for miles.
You asked a good question, so News 10 NBC found the answer. Find out why a letter that could be in your mailbox is now raising red flags.
Plus, it's dry and cloudy out tonight, but the showers are set to return. Samantha LaRocca will join us to tell how long the rain will last. That's coming up after the break.